Whatever.
Welcome back to the Six Striders. Welcome back to the video campaign live stream thing that we do for fun because we don't get paid for this shit yet. Keyword.
Okay.
Last time we did some shit. So yeah, let's just get into intros before I lose my sanity. Wait, never mind. It went out the window like when we first started.
Do we want to make this the episode where we start doing the super short intros?
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh. Do we want to just do this in order of icons?
Honestly,
go
doesn't
last
matter,
as
but
usual.
sure.
Yeah.
In
Don't
where?
matter to me. On roll
In
20.
Discord or on Roll20? Okay.
Oh, on Roll20.
I am the captain of the Venom. You can find me everywhere at my name, CaptianVenom158. You can find me on Twitch at CaptianVenom15, where I do Borderlands and Monster Hunter World because that's still relevant. Storm, go!
Hey, I'm the StormMage, and I'll be playing Mr. Gungir.
Hello, I'm Mustached Tom, and I play too many video games, and I'll be playing Ravak. You can find me on Mustached Tom on the YouTubes. Next.
Dragon!
Oh, sorry. Dragon785, playing as Asemar Radolf, the human blood hunter. Don't really have much of an online footprint. I really just do this for fun.
Shank, next!
I guess I'll go next. Kitsune Division playing Falling Tree, the Tabaxi Wild Magic Sorcerer. You can look for my YouTube, same as usual. Haven't uploaded in like 2 years.
Coming on
Rolling
3.
3,
Hello,
next!
I'm Gipsy Dangerous. I'm playing Galahad, the Tiefling Warlock. Next.
I'm Kat of Ulthar on Twitter, and I play Lyre, the Tiefling Runechild Sorcerer. Yay!
Yay! Last time where we met our heroes, we did some stuff. We went on a epic adventure to do some shit. You decide to deliver the Kitsune lady to her tribe on the way to Valentia to deliver some materials for the queen. You ran into a stone golem who became a gold golem because logic. And now currently you're on the boat to Valentia.
And our Bloodwing hatched.
And yes, your burb hatched.
I have a burb.
Word
Yes.
is the word.
Squirk.
What did we name it?
I was gonna test if anyone remembered.
Oh, it was an Arthurian thing.
Hengrugen.
So close.
Yeah, that was pretty close from what I think it is.
Oh,
Hengrown.
Hengrun.
Oh yeah,
Hen.
because
Hengren.
It's a bird named Hen.
Anywho. So, you're on the boat. You're still on the travel to Valentia, and that's where we will begin our session for today.
Speaking of birds, what kind of shape is it in? Can it move on its own right now, or does it have to be carried?
It can move slightly. It can't exactly fly. I mean, it can easily eat and tear apart its own food, but it mostly just like either sits on your shoulder, sits on your head, or just like sits on the hilt of your sword, which is weird.
Sure.
It just like migrates around your body basically as you travel.
Weird.
Trying
I
to
mean,
get
that's awesome to have.
comfortable.
That's awesome to have a bird sitting on your hilt, even if it is kind of weird.
Quotes not to be taken out of context.
It just likes to sit on places where it has a vantage point.
Yes. Okay.
It's 90% of the time it's either on your shoulder or perched on top of your head, like, or sleeping in your hair.
Good to know.
I mean, his hair is big enough to be a nest.
Yes.
Hey,
But
Wait,
it chooses
could that-
Eventually,
not
it'll
to
be able to
nest.
perch its claws on his horns, I think.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say, couldn't it perch his claws on his horns?
I mean, yeah, it sort of like
When it's full size.
it perches wherever it feels like, basically.
Mhm. Good to know.
It does its own thing. It's sort of like getting used to existence.
How big is his
Yeah,
bird,
right.
by the way?
I'd say it's about the size of. So if you had like, I'd say $1 bill and held it up vertically and like folded it like 75% of the way, that would be how tall it is currently.
Mm.
It is a little baby.
It is a babu, so it is not full size yet. They do
Sure.
get, according to what you know, they do grow really big if they are given the chance.
is it like really small and pink and naked, like a hairless parakeet, or like a featherless parakeet?
It has some feathering, but not a whole hell of a lot.
So it's basically a downy right now.
Yeah, it's sort of like growing at its feathers. It's sort of like, okay, you got your 5 o'clock shadow, that's what it's got.
So what you're saying is it'd look adorable still if Gungir put a tiny sweater on it.
I guess.
Yay. Also,
Does anyone know how to draw a naked bird with a 5 o'clock shadow like an action hero in a movie?
Anywho,
That sounds so familiar.
smoking a cigarette and chugging like a half shot of whiskey.
Yippee
no, it's not a
ki
cigarette. You gotta be politically correct and do a cigar. Anywho,
Quick,
Cigarettes.
before we get too distracted, do any of you want to do anything on the boat ride to Valentia? Or are you just chatting amongst each other?
I do
Or the
have
crew.
one question. I don't know if I just didn't take this off, but did we run into more meteorite at some point?
No.
Okay, I was wondering because for whatever reason, there's still meteorite.
Yes. Didn't we drop didn't another meteor get dropped during a fight?
No.
No.
Alright.
Or at least
Okay.
not one that from which we collected from.
I was about to say because I still have like 30 pounds of meteorite still in here. So
Because I know that I should have mentioned this before, because I know you said you used some of that for Asemar's shield, right? Or was that his sword?
that was
No.
his.
So
Or was that the other project?
So the shield refers to the Witchlight Cross, which can then turn into both a sword or shield, depending on what I flip it to, thanks to the handy craftsmanship of Gungir.
Yeah, and even
Amazing.
then, the short sword that it turns into is silver and is mostly like a vampire stake, if anything.
Hmm. So you basically have yet to use it for anything. The
Um,
meteorite,
Oh, no.
then.
Other than all the material that got, because the shield part was made from the meteorite steel.
Mhm.
It's just
Right.
that blade itself that that comes out that was made from silver.
Right. Okay, so I would say out of the meteorite that you sort of got rid of to imbue the shield, I would say I always get rid of 5 pounds of that total. Because that sounds about right to my understanding.
So I still have 25 pounds of meteorite steel. Nice.
Not.
And I have 10 pounds of dragon scales.
I think everybody has dragon scales, except for Liar.
I don't think I
Yes.
do.
I thought you had some.
You
No,
took the heart.
converted it all.
Yeah, I took the heart.
Yeah, you took the heart. Anywho. Yes, Fall. What do you need?
Fall will actually go like to some of the magic users on our party, which is everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except me. I really don't. I mean, I have my blood hunter abilities, but that's about it.
It's magic. One of us.
One of
Uh,
us.
by the way, guys, and liar.
Oh.
trying-
No, it's
know.
just funny. It's just funny because he's only not guy. By the way, guys, and liar.
Sorry. It might help if you guys also were to write your spells in the spell book in case one of us is down and we need to use one of your spells, as any of us can use this spell book.
Yep.
What?
The spell book that Rukra gave me. This will allow us to use any spells that are written down. If we all put our spells in this spell book, any of us can use them as long as we have the spell book. So, say if Ravak were to fall in battle, one of us could bring him up with a healing spell, if he has one.
Basically, simply put in layman's terms out of character, you could throw spells into there, and anybody can use them as long as they have the book in their hand. But it will require their own spell slots of their person,
So
up
it's
to their level.
So it's like a staff. It's
More
sort of-
or less,
a
but
communal
it's
spellbook.
permanent.
No, I can't. I don't have spell slots, and B, mine are all abilities based on the fact that my character's a blood hunter. So
Okay.
have at it, fellas.
So, any of you want to try to put your spells in this?
You can put in anything up into your maximum spell. You can put in cantrips basically for free.
I guess
Huh.
I might have something useful.
So, by the way, if any of you want to write down the spells that all of you can use, here are the spells that we can use. Of cantrips, we have Vicious Mockery, Minor Illusion, and Bardic Inspiration, since...
Minor illusion is not a cantrip. It's a level 1.
Oh! Huh. I thought Minor Illusion was a cantrip.
For certain classes it is. As a bonus action. Like for warlocks, they can use minor illusion as a warlock ability once per
Okay.
day. But it's under a
Anyway.
certain warlock.
Level 3, or level 2s, we have... Hold on, wait. Yeah, level 2s. We have Suggestion, Hold Person, or Suggestion, Hold Suggestion, Hold Person, Fireballs, and Blink. Of
Blink
level
is a
fo-
3rd level.
You told me... Oh, yeah, I meant 3rd level. Fireball and... I'll just
Blink.
write this down, guys.
Yeah, just type it into chat so you don't take up too much time.
Yeah.
StormMage.
Gungir, in his time, or in his like downtime aboard the boat, he kind of wants to examine a couple items that the party has. One of them is actually he's going to be making some notations on Toothpick, the firearm that he picked up, and the Thunder Cannon that Asemar picked
The
up.
Thunder Gun.
Thunder Gun, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he's just going to be making a few notations. He's a little curious about it, finding kind of wildly anachronistic weapons all throughout this world. So it's kind of just piquing his interest.
Alright, so you want to do some experimentation on both weapons?
He's going to be pulling out the gun droid and his sketchbook and making, like, diagrams and basically little diagrams of them.
Okay. I would say you can roll a dexterity check with advantage to copy down a exact diagram for each weapon. So basically 2 dexterities with advantage.
Oh, what?
16 and 20, not bad.
Actually, would that just... Okay, yeah, 16 and 20. You said 2 dexterities.
Yep. You managed to copy down a exact diagram to the best of your ability. I'm sorry, soda makes me burp spontaneously.
It's all good.
Alright.
Yeah, so those are our spellbook spells.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yes, minor illusion is a cantrip.
I guess I was wrong. Anywho,
Might be thinking of silence.
might have
image
been
maybe?
major illusion I was thinking about.
Is it?
Because there's minor illusion and there's major illusion.
Oh, that's what it is. It's silent image is the one in between.
Yeah, silent image. That's the
that's the one
one.
that's way
That's the
better than-
guy.
That's the one. That's way better than- Minor.
Anywho, moving on. What
Oh,
does
by
the
the
rest of
way-
the party want to do
Uh,
on the travel?
Out of character thing, one of the spells that we have is a 7th level spell, so we can't use it for quite a while.
Yep.
Well,
Because
I
fuck
believe-
gravity. Whoop!
I believe I already was sort of doing the thing with teaching Jesus to fly.
You were playing with the baby Durgan, right?
Yeah, and I was like showing him how flying works, and he did it. And then he flew off, and I don't remember what happened.
Oh, he returned to you. He basically started doing laps around you, flying.
Fucking Aragorn moment. But yes, sick.
Aw.
I praise them bunches because they are a good boy.
Oh,
Yes, he's very loyal to you.
I gave him a chicken nugget.
You basically give him a chicken wing because there's no such thing as chicken nuggets.
Fair enough.
Are you telling me that they've invented firepower and guns, but they haven't invented the miraculous chicken nugget?
at least they know quality.
They don't have the technology to deconstruct a chicken on that level.
Anywho,
Point.
I don't know. Let Gungir have a look at it.
I've invented McDonald's.
McGungles.
McGungles.
It's how he's going to finance all of his inventions.
There's a quaking as if the world has been.
no
made with
Grungir
explosives.
King. Oy vey. Moving on.
Fall will actually go to Gungir and have the book near him. Or put the book near Gungir. I don't feel responsible for holding this. Or, that's a bad way to phrase this.
You don't feel responsible enough for holding it.
Yes, that's what I meant.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's what he says to Gungir.
Gungir kind of tilts his head to the side, looks down at it. You don't feel qualified enough to hold a book?
This is a spell book. You know how dangerous my magic can be.
It's a book.
It's a book with spells in it that we can cast.
Fall, it's not like a loaded gun. It just doesn't spontaneously shoot off all of its magic-y magic.
Okay. Read a spell from it. Or cast a spell from it.
Alright. Gungir's gonna grab the book. He's gonna just look up at Fall suspiciously. And he's gonna do... actually, Gungir doesn't have cantrip slots. He will attempt to do Minor Illusion.
Minor illusion is a cantrip.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna attempt to do it, though.
Roll Arcana.
Roll the Arcana.
Yeah, even if you don't have spell slots, you can roll an Arcana to cast a spell. This goes for you and Asemar.
17.
Interesting.
Use magic device.
You manage to make a whatever minor illusion you wish to make.
I'll make another Gungir.
You cloned yourself.
Oh, look! It's a Gungir!
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It mouths the same word back at you.
Oh, are you mocking me?
It,
thought
it
minor
asks you,
illusion is like-
it mouths that at the same time as you.
Oh, I believe you're mocking me. appreciate this nega Gungir.
I just imagine it's a curly situation from the Three Stooges.
Yeah, basically. You're basically looking at each other, and basically he's mouthing everything, but he doesn't speak.
See what I mean?
Hold on, I'm dealing with this evil Gungir impersonator.
All face palms. You can dismiss it whenever you
I
want.
take out my sword and I go, "There shall be no evil Gungirs here!" And I try to attack the evil Gungir.
Yeah,
chose
Oh,
How do I know
no!
which one's evil?
illusion.
yeah, get him, Glad.
Roll, I guess roll an intelligence to see which one is the fake.
Yeah,
Because they look exactly the
I
same.
have my sword out and I kind of pointed at Gungir and pointed at Gungir and pointed at Gungir.
Roll a d2.
Roll an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Nat 1, baby.
It's... What is the spell DC on you, Gungir?
Here comes the biggest intelligence score you've ever seen.
18.
Whoa, actually.
Well, you
Plus-
have. You see the
I'm pretty sure that
illusion
would
one.
be his DC.
Oh yeah, he would have.
Well, I don't know it's an illusion. It's evil Gungir.
Yeah, you
And I
look
strike
at the
it down.
evil one, and it just poof. It disappears after you slash it.
I sheathe my sword. The evil has been defeated!
Gungir claps.
I also applaud in the background.
Fallgrass book. Maybe I am the most qualified for this.
I place my hand on Lyra's shoulder and I reassure her it's like, it's okay. There are some things that magic can't do. You won't be
Don't worry
replaced.
about that. That was out of character.
Never mind then.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
Dismiss.
Fall
I
grabs the
usually do
book
in-character things in the...
and just like Thomas okay face. Maybe I am the most qualified for this.
Anywho,
He didn't blow up the party.
I mean,
True.
yeah.
I assure you, if it was an evil me, he'd be more than capable of it.
Anywho, Ravak, what do you want to do on the boat?
I don't have anything at the moment that I can think of.
You can go fishing.
That sounds dangerous.
What?
I mean,
We've
if
killed
I-
dragons, and you're
If
afraid
I go
of
in the
fish.
water, I'll electrocute the entire ocean, won't I?
No.
Your
It doesn't
magic
work
isn't
like
active
that.
all the time.
Are you-
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Are you secretly a thunder god? Like, what's going on here?
Are you Thor?
He's an electric eel that's been polymorphed into a kobold.
Are you Electro from the hit movie Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, he's
Anyways.
he's a bootleg Pikachu.
Anywho, moving on. If nobody else has anything they want to do on the boat, we'll be arriving shortly.
Wait, where are we going?
To Valentium.
Valentia.
Is that really big city?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the Golden City. Made of
Lyra's
marble and
very
gold.
nervous.
Yes. I need to turn on a
Pretty
light.
fancy.
My light turned off. Heh.
Oh, sorry.
Stupid
that
fucking
was,
timer.
That was me. Sorry.
Damn it, Gungir.
Sorry, man. I'm secretly in your bedroom.
Correction living room, motherfucker.
I did that from your bedroom. Surprise.
Anywho, moving on. Oy vey. I'm just shaking my head here. You arrive after about another 15 minutes of travel to the shores of Valentia. You've been here before, and it brings up memories.
Most of us have been here before.
Yes, except for
Memories
Lyre.
of a meteor
Memories.
falling from the sky.
And
Terror.
magic stuff. And the creepy queen. And the king. And the two princesses.
And the gladiator fights that we absolutely demolished.
Yeah, we
Those two.
did.
True.
The city in the lower districts is bustling, as it is obviously a port country. They're constantly getting in shipments of goods from all over, it seems.
Did we?
Yesh.
Oh,
Liar.
I typed like 1,000,000 exclamation points and none of them sent.
Oh,
You have to
rip.
put them in parentheses.
Oh, boo. I never had to do that before.
It's okay.
It's Roll20.
It's whack.
I'm gonna say that Liar looks like an absolute country bumpkin staring at everything with her mouth really huge and looking sort of nervous and starstruck and probably
Your jaw's
sticking-
basically hitting the floor.
yeah,
It's
and
okay. It's a
probably,
lot
like,
to take in.
glued herself to the nearest person like everything's so,
So,
big. There's so many
Gungir or
people. Oh my
Asemar?
gosh.
Yeah, take your pick.
she's just huddled over, like hugging Gungir. He's like,
Like a teddy bear.
I can work with that. That's funny.
Yeah, she's probably just sort of like trying to hide behind somebody a little bit. There's so many people here, oh god.
Oh, I was just imagining it's like a Scooby-Doo situation.
Thanks.
I mean, as far
Not
as
that
finding
great.
someone to hide behind, Fall might be taller than Asemar. I'm not sure. But I know Asemar's probably
Well,
stock here.
sometimes.
Let me see. Fall is 6'5".
But he
Oh, yeah,
gets
you're taller than me.
clothes sometimes.
Storm.
I was just wondering, we're bringing the cargo along with us? Do we still have like a cart and a horse
Yeah.
with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was on the ferry with us.
Yep.
Does it say where to drop it off to?
You read it before. It's to be delivered to the castle to Angel.
Okay, so directly to the castle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't know if there's like a special spot where she was wanting like drop it
It,
off.
it's
at
like,
this...
okay, bring it to like the gates. It doesn't say what one, just says the gates of the castle, and you'll be let in.
All right.
We're essentially Ethereal Plains Amazon.
Mhm.
Thank you. Ethereal Amazon.
Yep, yep.
Gungir
I
could
love
build
it.
us an army of drones.
No, it's Asemazon.
Yes.
Amazon. Good luck trying to put that
Amazon.
into a title.
Yeah, without getting fucking copyright striked, Jesus.
Gungir is gonna crack his little knuckles and walk up to everyone. Alright, guys, remember what happened the last time we wandered into that castle, so let's try to be on our best behavior and not go into the castle.
Wait, what happened?
Whoa,
Let's
Minnie.
just say the queen was interested in us.
That doesn't
She wanted to
sound-
disassemble Gungir.
Oh,
She wanted,
Scientifically, she said.
why?
she wanted us in a non-platonic way that we did not appreciate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Gungir has a very different recollection of this than the rest of us.
Listen, after working with autistic kids for so long, I've kind of realized that Gungir might be on the autism spectrum.
We're so sorry to hear that.
I actually understand.
I
can
understand
understand
that
that as
too,
well.
having like 3 autistic friends that I don't even talk to anymore.
I can
Oh.
understand that too. I'm autistic.
Anywho, moving smoothly along.
Wait,
You
do
take
we have
your-
to drive the cart?
I mean, somebody has to.
Yeah, I can
Or you're
take care of
basically
it.
just walking it at this point.
Wait, didn't we
Mhm.
have Billy McWhat's-his-face driving the other cart?
No,
I
I
think
was
he
driving
left.
most of it.
Did we kill him?
No, he just is.
No!
No, the other cart. One
not-
cart is for Angel. One cart was for just the, the
Kitsune.
area where you're at currently. So he's like dropping it off.
Okay.
We're not-
Okay.
We're not murder hobos. We're very close, but we're not.
I was just asking if we murdered a hobo. I mean,
No,
We're too
we've
lucky to be
done
murdered.
nothing of the sort.
I mean, Fall blew up part of one.
Shh, we don't
Jeez.
talk
Oy
about
vey.
We don't
Lyre's just like, I don't think that I can drive something with this many people around.
All right, Lyre.
Well, I could try to help.
If you want to try to drive cart, must roll animal handle.
None of the rest of you know how to drive a cart.
As I said, you could just walk it to the castle. It won't take long.
Aha! I did it.
Okay, never
Wow.
mind. He
I
managed.
very much failed my driver's test in magic school.
It's kind of like SpongeBob, but with in boating school. But you basically were
It's
that
instead,
one.
It's like magic animals instead of normal horses.
Yeah.
Gungir does have a driver's license, but it is not valid within this realm.
Anywho,
What realm is it valid in?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
The realm of
Spoilers.
discord.
Moving on. You basically just get on the fucking seat. You go mush, and it starts walking towards the castle up the road. And you're like, "Hey, I did it." It's very obedient.
That's good.
Asemar actually just silently looks at the horse. The horse looks back at Asemar and just knows.
Yeah. It
And just starts going
knows.
off on its own.
Yeah.
He just stares it
Anywho.
down.
Fall, go ahead.
Fall is going to be looking around to find someone in particular.
Okay, if you're trying to look for somebody in particular, roll perception.
If he rolls a nat 20, can he find Santa Claus?
Ooh.
That
No.
would be a 7.
Let me roll to
You
see.
have no idea where Waldo is.
Knowing our luck, Santa Claus will just be another half dragon princess.
Yeah, honestly. Be red and
Now,
white, looking like a
you
candy
do not
cane.
see the person you are looking for.
Okay. Well, he's still gonna be kind of looking around. Like his eyes are darting back and forth, and he's occasionally like turning his head to look.
You're like,
Like-
shifty eyes, turn head, shifty eyes.
Yes,
Are his
basically.
pupils all big like a hunting kitty?
Yeah.
Adorable. So, you all basically take the cart to the castle, which only takes about like 10 minutes because the pony is fairly slow. It's taking its time.
It stops and drinks some of the fountain water.
Basically.
All right.
I mean, it is fresh water.
First rule when we get to the castle, we do not engage in conversation with the royal family, lest we have a repeat of last time. Rule 2, we turn down anything that they want, lest we have a repeat of last time. Rule
But I thought
Rule 3, we do not let them give Fall anything, lest we have a repeat of last time.
Oh, come on!
Do we understand each other?
I thought we were
Agreed.
also coming here so I could speak to the king.
Well, that totally bum wrecks Rule 2.
You're already breaking the rules!
We agreed to
I need
come
to-
here.
Conflict of interests.
Oh.
I
Amend
mentioned
changes
it
things.
already.
Ammendum to Rule 2. We will let Fall talk with the king, and we will maintain a 30-mile distance.
Wow.
You
Less-
really do not trust me.
Lest we have a repeat of last time.
Oof.
What
Gungir.
last time? I've never talked to the king.
Gungir pats you on the back. It's alright. It's alright. We believe in you. Just not when it comes to the
forever.
king. And explosions. Or the royal family.
And explosions, yes.
Oh,
Oy vey.
brother.
Hey, vey.
Alright. Gungir's gonna look up at the rest of the guys. So who wants to approach first?
Mm,
I mean, she has no interest in me, so I'll go.
Gungir slaps you on the thigh. Good man. You're braver than the rest of us.
Shouldn't I go with
our
Asemar
hero.
Shouldn't I go with him since I want to talk to the king?
If you want to, I won't stop you.
Fall will go with you.
You arrive at the gates, and the guards look at each other, look to you, schmucks, and it's like, state your business.
We have a shipment for Angel. What was the cargo she was requesting?
A bunch of alchemy ingredients.
Dildo.
Alchemical ingredients that she had requested.
One of the guards, let's see, they pull out basically a clipboard out of nowhere, and they look it over. Yeah, that was supposed to be delivered today. Right. Thank you. We will let you right in.
I just imagine the Excalibur face when we mention Angel.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, just like,
More for shenanigans.
Alright, well, your cargo checks out. They basically take a peek in the cart and look at the miscellaneous boxes that are scattered about. Yep, everything's accounted for. He sets the clipboard, takes this sheet of paper, rips it off the clipboard, and slaps it to one of the boxes. So she has inventory of it. Alright, if you want, pull the cart over to the stables off to the left side of the path before you head to the main staircase. And then our other guards, who we will inform shortly, will guide you inside for your reward and so on and so forth.
Alrighty. I
Very well.
carry out said action.
Alright, you basically follow the left path, and you are basically sort of following the path towards a rather large horse stable. And you see a bunch of different horses of different breeds, different sizes, and some Pegasus and unicorns. And a big fucking manticore that's just chilling there.
Is it supposed to be there, or?
It just looks at you.
Would you be able to do anything about it if it wasn't?
It mauls at you.
How does
Just
a
like-
manticore not eat the horses?
Good training.
Wait, are we all there?
Yeah, you're all there.
Oh, I thought me and Asemar were just going.
Oh. Well, too late.
Fuck.
We're there now.
Liars.
You're all in this
Gungir's
mess
meeting.
together.
Gungir's meeting was nothing.
Giant lion man scorpion bat thing. She had
Yeah,
a
basically.
blood.
No, I just imagine Gungir and the rest were just having a usual conversation, and then suddenly, poof, they're here.
I thought they were all riding in the cart.
Gungir was riding in the cart, which just means he got pulled into there against his will. He was
Yeah,
just
basically.
oh, fuddy-duddy.
So yeah, those
Maybe
of
we
whom
should've
that were
gotten
riding in the
off the
cart would have been in there. So
Why?
who would be riding in the cart besides Asemar and Fall, who would have been sitting in the front?
I have a sneaking suspicion I did not think this through.
Well, I was in there too, and
I'm
Liar
assuming-
was hiding behind me,
My
so
emotional support glad.
You have emotional support.
And then
Glad,
Ravak's
and
just
emotional
there. Cause
by the way,
he-
Glad seems not like shocked at how big of a city it is because he's already been here, but super jittery.
Aw.
Hmm.
You're vibrating in time. It's anxiety.
Lyre
carriage
is
is just
harmonizing.
the carriage is just shaking 24/7.
Anywho, so you park the cart and you all basically unload yourselves out of there. And one of the other, like, two guards just sort of like start unloading the stuff and disconnecting the cart and shit. And just wheeling it off to the side once they're all done. And then the one female guard walks up to all of you. All right, we double checked all the cargo. Everything's all safe and accounted for. Follow me, and I will take you to the queen so she can give you your reward.
Works for me.
Well, Gungir, looks like you're going to meet the queen either way.
Fudge your knuckles.
We'll make sure she doesn't disassemble you.
Has a small shit-eating grin on.
Anywho, you follow this female guard, basically following the same hallways as before. It takes you about 5 minutes to get to the sort of doorway that leads to Angel's laboratory. And she opens the door and simply states into the room, Lady Angel, your delivery has arrived. The guards are transporting it here now. The adventurers that delivered it are here to claim their reward. You hear a explosion and a small dust cloud like blast through the door.
Fall uses prestidigitation to make a small pocket of air to blow dust away from them.
You hear coughing. All right. Thank you for letting me know. Send them in. All right, milady, the guard says. Feel free to step inside, and good luck with her.
Fear.
And then she just quickly starts speed walking away.
Nope.
Yep, basically.
Two-person horse costume style. That's funny. I like that.
I can't
I
believe
love
the
the
queen is
reference.
just Robin Williams from Flubber.
Gungir reaches into his little coin purse. So who wants to bet money on whether or not she just blew up a dude in there? I got like 2 gold.
My money is more on testing out the apocalypse spell.
On a person, probably. I mean, let's face it. Well, go talk to her.
Fall will walk in first, then.
Mr. Fall, of course. Natural choice.
You
guys
walk in and you see Angel in her white lab coat and basically all white outfit that's now covered in like a layer of dust. And you see like her hair now just has dust all over it, and where she had goggles on, there's like, well, she moved them off of where they were over her eyes. Is just, well, now you just see a small area where the line and goggles were
outlines?
placed. Yeah, the outline was.
Fall will prestidigitation to basically get the dust off of her.
Thank you.
No problem.
Welcome back. I see you've delivered my ingredients.
Yes, I did.
You?
Yes, we did. We did.
There you go, bud.
Sorry.
We shout from the door.
Slip of the tongue.
No, my character's gonna walk in.
Good. The rest of you are here. Interesting.
Oh. Yes, and we also have a new member.
Oh.
Nope. I just have a hump. A weird hunchback.
And an extra tail.
It's a tumor.
That's blue.
It's a tumor.
Come on in. I won't bite.
Yes, you will.
She might bite.
I just
Oh,
imagine it's
Please, I did my research already on your species. Looks at you, Gungir. Honestly, I'm very intrigued, but too complicated to craft.
That's great to know, cause like 2 days ago I pulled out a restraining order on your behalf against myself. So I can't step into this room, thank goodness.
when did you do this?
Oh yeah, it happened in our off time, trust me.
Her eyebrow is raised. Okay, not going to question that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
best not.
just ignore him.
Okay then. And the tiefling looks at Galahad and sees the lump. What the hell's wrong with you?
Falls magic?
I am
Uh,
Fall
She's
just
gonna roll
wanna
insight.
suddenly-
Damn it.
Quick,
Yeah, I
does
was
that
gonna
mean
say Fall is just shaking her head. Or shaking his head.
You gender bended yourself for 24 hours. Good job. Yeah, no, she beats you with a 21. She knows
Wow.
you're
The
lying.
fact that it's close.
And she rolled low. She rolled a 15.
Oh, 15 is so low.
Listen,
How
Anywho.
low can
Who
you
I
go?
decide to ferry around in my cape
Mm-hmm.
ferrying company is my business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bullshit. I can sense your friend.
Liar, you can come out. She's not gonna
You
hurt
don't have
you.
to be too afraid. It can't be worse than the time we'd accidentally dropped a meteor on her.
Oh yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
me.
that was fun. That got me really excited.
Oh yeah, I was the one who dropped the meteor on her.
I was standing next to him. It wasn't good.
She peeks her head out and looks over Glad's shoulder nervously.
That's
mean,
And
You
there
saw-
you see
Let her-
Angel in front of you, a very beautiful Asemar woman.
I mean, liar, you saw the ring that did it.
Your Majesty, Your Grace, Excellence,
She goes,
She bows
"No,
super
no,
low.
you, as you start, she's like, sup.
She bows anyway.
We've hung
No,
out with
you
multiples of her
90
daughters
degrees bow,
nowadays.
but you accidentally fucking headbutt the floor.
Well,
Just bow
like an
right into
ostrich.
Glad.
Transition in
No,
one
you
of those
Saitama
Batman-style
fucking
bows.
head slam yourself into the floor, and it creates a crater, but you're fine.
Ow.
It's an
Anywho.
indent of liar's face.
Anywho, moving on.
I have a Miss Queen Lady person, Miss Boss person.
Just call me Angel or Miss. Oh God.
Okay,
I
Queen
feel
Angel
old.
Lady.
That works too.
You seem like you know lots of obscure magic things, yeah?
Oh, I know everything. Well, except for the one type of magic that I don't really know.
Personal space?
Yeah,
That was
Say it,
good.
please.
Oh, you jokester. She points her pencil at you. You're funny.
Well, I know.
Asemar can't help but chuckle at that one.
Well, the thing is, I'm a new father, and I don't know.
Crazy.
Eyebrow goes into the stratosphere.
I was wondering if you could tell me about this new baby that has come into the world. And I hold out the Bloodwing. Hold out hen. I'm like, do you know anything about like how these are raised and things and tips I should know?
Oh yes, your
lowers
daughter gave us
her
that.
like spectacles, her glasses to her, eyes, and looks closely at the bird and writes down a couple notes. and then floats over a couple journals and starts flipping through them rapidly. Let's see, Bloodwing, Bloodwing, Bloodwing. Where are you? There you are. From what research I've done on the species, they're quite rare and they, well, are very few in number since they're an endangered species. There are a total of, let's see how many, less than 100 in the world currently. I personally
Oh.
own one. She's somewhere around here. Anywho, moving on. They can adapt to any element you expose to them, or if they get, so to speak, hurt or attacked. So, say, for example, she makes like a small sparks of like electricity from her fingertip. Say it got zapped, so to speak, or set on, or got exposed to fire or acid, something along those lines. It could adapt to that element and then proceed to attack with that element for a short amount of time.
Ah. What about like what do they eat?
They're mostly carnivorous, from what I've witnessed. They do occasionally eat plants, but very rarely. They're mostly used to eating like bird kibble and or meat usually. And they like to hunt a lot. They're hunting creatures. They're used for tracking mostly. But they also can track, well, anything really. You start training them to track and they can lead you to anything. So say to speak, you found an article of clothing, you could track that person down.
Interesting. Wow.
They're quite a unique utility creature. And very intelligent.
Are they how intelligent? That's like
They're
smart, like they can
intelligent
talk?
enough to know friend from foe, ally and enemy, so on and so forth. They will basically help you until their death, basically. They're very loyal creatures.
Well, my hen's not gonna die, and I hug hen.
Well, it won't die for, say, easily.
Or ever.
At the end of its life cycle, they usually lay an egg, and it will continue the life cycle as another, species.
Ah.
So basically,
unless
they're
if
a
it-
phoenix.
More or less, except for it keeps being reborn from an egg instead of
Interesting.
from ashes.
Oh, by the way, speaking of magical creature parts, Fall will get out. Do we put it in a portable? Do we have a portable hole?
You have your bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall will get out his bag folding. So recently we fought a dragon, and I managed to get this thing out of it. Pulls out the heart. What could I do
Oh.
with this exactly?
Ooh, a dragon heart. I haven't experimented on one of these in quite a long time.
Bronze
Blaze
dragon,
doesn't-
to be exact.
Interesting.
Or was it bronze or copper?
It was
Uh,
bronze.
Yeah, bronze.
Bronze dragon, to be exact.
Well, there's a couple things you can do with it. For example, you can use it in alchemy to make a bunch of either fire resistance or dragon's breath potions of the elemental dragon it was. Or you can make this thing somewhat into a enchanted item, so to speak. It's hard to explain, but you can make it into a staff of flames or whatever elemental breath attack it could that dragon could have used.
It used lightning, correct?
I don't remember. I think it was fire.
I want to say it was lightning.
I'm pretty sure it was
No,
fire.
it was fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, since it was a fire-breathing dragon, you can basically make a staff that will, shoot out fire. Or you can have a couple other different purposes for it. You could exchange it with me, and I can trade you off something that would give you something of significant equal value. Since my husband doesn't allow me to experiment on his dragons that he has in the sanctuary in the basement.
What?
What?
Oh shit! Right, royal secret.
Insight.
Oh,
What?
yes.
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
don't
she's
care
gonna
if I-
try lying.
I don't
I'm
care
gonna give her
if I get it
disadvantage.
wrong or not. That is suspicious as fuck.
Does anyone else?
I mean, did she even
Well, she
lie? She
rolled a
just said for
3.
royalty.
Did she just drop the hint that her
17.
husband has a secret dragon fuck dungeon in the basement?
I wouldn't say that, but oof.
Insight,
17.
yeah, you pass her even with her disadvantage. Basically, from what she just said, that Blaze has created a sanctuary for dragons underneath the castle itself.
Do
I'm
they-
sorry.
And
are
it
you
sounds like
saying
he
that-
has a
Do they
lot
fuck?
of them.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that there are dragons underneath this floor, and is slightly stomping the floor?
Not
Oh, why are you surprised by
directly
any of this
under
anymore?
the floor, but it is a rather large space of many different species of dragons.
Are we gonna see like Blaze on an episode of America's Most Wanted at some point?
More like animal hoarders.
Yeah, yeah.
I could see that.
Blaze-
Well, there's a good damn reason why he created the sanctuaries. You'll, I better give context to the whole story. Basically,
do.
simply put, you know how he's dragon and all and shit, and like all of us are in some way, shape, and form. Well, yeah, he's the. You know that big, tall lady with green hair that you probably saw last time?
I don't know if I
No.
would
Yes,
remember that.
You would have remembered her,
Okay.
but she never introduced herself.
think we
Yes.
saw-
That's
I
Blaze's
think.
mother, the goddess of dragons.
Slackjawed.
And his father is Bahamut himself, the god of dragons. Basically, he's a demigod, and he's the alpha of all dragons, meaning that they will gather under his command.
And he's
Hence
super
why-
cool, and he cured cancer.
I kinda
He
wanna
has a
roll.
moon base.
I
The one and
feel
only
like I
platinum
want to
dragon.
roll
Oh, wait.
religion if I know anything about Bahamut.
Sure. Roll knowledge religion.
Knowledge
Bahamut.
religion. I am not super. Oh, I am actually proficient in it. Huh. Natural
Holy
20.
shit. You know a lot about Bahamut. He's in
Probably
a
because
lot
of
of
Weiss.
legends. Yeah, and Weiss talks about how cool he was in his legends that he has. Like, according to legend, Bahamut is a savior of many, many gods that became corrupt. One of the stories that you vividly remembered is that he saved the previous goddess of death from being killed by a mortal.
Save the goddess of death from being killed.
That's a natural part of life.
Wait,
Mhm.
so it's just the goddess before Hela?
Yes, and the goddess's name was Andromeda.
Okay. Can you write that down for me?
Not as successful as Star Trek.
Ha ha ha.
But highly underrated, in my opinion. Kevin Sorbo actually makes a very good space captain.
So, wait. To be refreshed, she said that Blaze is the
Son of
Basically-
Bahamut and
so
Milla.
Blaze is a direct descendant of two gods.
Mm-hmm.
She was pretty strong.
Wouldn't that make more? Wouldn't that
You
make
cut
more
out.
That
of a
surprise.
god than a demigod?
There's a reason why he's classified as a demigod, is because, well, for one specific reason, and that's a story I will not get into.
Okay.
Regardless, the sanctuary is a safe haven for all dragon species, including ones that are more rare to this continent than others.
Looks a bit towards Lyre, who I imagine has Jesus.
The baby dragon. Yes.
Jesus is hidden underneath Glad's cloak.
It pokes its head out. And
So much
Betrayal.
Gently pushes his face back in.
baby platinum dragon. It's kind
was
of rare
actually
to
gonna
see
mention
one of those. Since, Blaze's father was the original.
Yes, I'm taking very good care of him.
I'm glad, actually.
So wait, what is Bahamut in this world? Like, what is he the domain of?
He's more or less just the god of dragons, and he's more or less sort of like a figure that is sort of like the hero of this of people, more or less.
Then what is Milla?
Like, is he better than
You
Bahamut?
didn't
Neo?
really ask, so you don't know.
Okay.
But yes, the Dragon Sanctuary, it's sort of a family secret. Only the royalty knows about it, and slip of the tongue.
So, am I going to be killed now that I know this?
No, as long as you don't tell anyone else.
Take the shot!
Now, if you did spill the beans, we would have to either kill you with some of the dragons that we have, or, well, the whole drill with my husband. He has a lot of ridiculous power.
The skies just turn black and you see 1,000 dragons descending into the sky.
I mean, especially since some of the species of dragons we have in our, well, I guess, armada are extremely rare and deadly.
You know, for a
You
secret,
found
you're
out.
telling us an awful lot about it.
Now, please. If I really wanted to, I could end you where you stand, but I won't.
Oh, trust me, I can tell.
I only found out recently that the country I live in is ruled over by all powerful dragon people, and I'm not sure how I feel about finding out they also have a gigantic army of dragons.
Now
I
you know
guess-
how I felt like when I got married to that man. Yeah, I was surprised too.
What? He didn't
Anywho.
even tell you before he popped the question?
No. Only him and his mother knew.
I feel like that's
Does that
something
mean I
that
have
you
to
should
marry
definitely
him
tell
now?
someone.
You would think so, but here we are. Anyways, your reward before I get too sidetracked, and she walks off to the side. Alright, so what will it be? Money, magic item?
Oh, it looks like
Oh,
Dragon's got his hand up.
Yes, Dargan.
Yeah, I was just gonna move us in the direction of getting rewards.
Oh, okay.
So it's all good.
Yeah, I was gonna mention something about rewards.
No worries.
All right. So magic items, money. What you want?
For me, this may be an odd request, but I kind of like to see your husband.
You'd like to see Blaze? Yeah, sure. I'll have to message him in a moment. What about the rest of you?
You want to go
Magic
for Gungir?
item, gold, money, requests.
Out of character, I know the only magic item I really want.
You wanted a bag of holding?
No. I figured I could just buy that with my infinite money.
That's true. What the hell did you want?
Like some sort of amulet or some shit that gives me a feat that I want.
Hmm.
Cool.
I'll have to dig in my miscellaneous item storage, looks to her portable hole, and see what I have for you, blue tiefling lady thing. Squints.
Laya. My name is Laya.
Is there any runes glowing on her right now?
No. God, no. Definitely not.
What about the rest of the party? What do they want?
Gungir would like something. It's mostly just material components for making new stuff, but I think I might have to like DM you.
A list.
Yeah. They're nothing like
Go ahead.
They're not complete magic items. They're just like role-playing like ingredients to make. Separate.
Go
thing.
ahead. Start typing up that list.
Okay.
What about Asemar, Galahad, and Ravak? What do they want? Do they want money or do they want magic shit?
I mean, Asemar asks, a mount fit for a blood hunter.
Ooh.
I mean, you get to pick. You want money? Holds up a sack of coins, or do you want a magic item from my books to the portable hole stash?
I just imagine there's a spotlight that appears on the magic hole.
You could always just take the money and go buy a mount.
Yeah, this is true. I'm sure the marketplace has plenty of exotic creatures, but sure. Let's go with a magic item.
There's probably also a magic item that could give you a mount.
No.
There is a pet shop in the city that sells rare exotic creatures from all over the world.
Noted.
So if you want a familiar or a mount, as you set put, you can buy one.
Motor.
Again, I'll keep that in mind. But onto this
Rabbit?
item.
And Galahad.
Something magic and cool and surprise me.
As you
Hey, you
wish.
stole my line.
Ravak, what do you want?
I don't need your charity.
Money
Charity?
is-
Ooh.
You just did a mission. You just did a job.
She yeets
I'm
a
vote-
coin purse at you.
Does he have to roll dexterity to not get hit by it?
No, she just chucks it at him and he just catches it like a fucking
just-
boss.
I just handed over to Fall.
Okay.
Actually, let me.
Fall.
He already asked for his request.
Oh, never mind. Eh,
But also I do want to do something really quick.
okay. Storm.
By the way, Your Majesty,
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
you remember that ring I had, right?
The one that shifty eyes exploded me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the magic in the ring is gone, so I don't have the apocalypse spell. I'm not asking for the spell again. I am more asking An elf woman gave me the spell in the ring. Do you
Mm-hmm.
have any idea who this would be and where I could find her? Because I have some
She
questions.
squints. Besides me, my husband, my 2 daughters, and my son, and my mother-in-law, we're the only ones that know that spell. Unless if one of the cult leaders somehow picked it up. Which I highly doubt, since the only one I'm in contact with is Rukra.
She was an elven, wasn't she?
Yes, it was an elven woman.
She had a stall, and that's all I know about her.
I'm gonna roll her knowledge. That's a 2. Even with her bonuses, that ain't gonna help her much.
Damn.
Possibly a student from probably one of the academies in the city. It's kind of vague. There's a lot of elven people that live here.
Worth a shot to ask.
It's possibility it might have been another wild mage. That's just a theory, though, considering that the only way you're ever going to cast that is if that surge happens.
It's just a theory. A game theory.
Go sit in the corner.
Alright, we get in the cannon. We're firing you off into hell.
Oh, good. I need to meet her anyway.
No, I meant the fire plane. Anywho. Alright, so... okay, Ravak, go ahead.
Oh, Storm was above
Nope,
me.
Storm first. Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up.
Do you mind if I send you that list after session?
That's fine.
Okay. The only thing he'll ask is where the closest shipyard might be, because he wants to go check on
The boat.
the boat.
The butt cave, I should say.
The butt cave?
Yes.
Is that the name of the boatyard? The butt cave?
No, I just say random things and then I say the butt cave because I feel like it.
Oh. Well, that's fine.
Anywho.
I'm gonna call this boatyard the butt cave then.
Anywho. Alright. Well, if you want to check on your ship, it's still being worked on, but you can see the progress that's being done. It's over at the... well, I should say the area where we have our royal fleet.
What's it called?
Well, we don't really have a name for the port. We just call it the Argosy.
You mispronounced butt cave.
God damn it. Proceeds to shank Storm.
Rip.
Alright, Ravak.
Ravak's gonna leave this location to go look for a weapon store.
Alright, you're gonna go shopping.
So wait, out of character question: did Ravik actually give Fall the coin bag?
Yeah.
I'm assuming yes.
How much was in there?
A simple like $3 grand in
Okay.
gold.
After this, when Fall has a chance, he will try to distribute the $3 grand between the 6 of us.
You're gonna
Okay.
disable the economy.
So each of us will get 500 gold pieces.
Yep.
Ooh.
Anywho. So liar. You said you wanted a magic item that gave you a feat.
Yep, a specific one.
Alright, what feat did
I've
you
got
want?
2.
Like an amulet or something of toughness.
Of toughness?
Yes.
Sure,
Ah.
she gives you a necklace of toughness.
Thank you very much.
Well,
She pats your head. You're a good tiefling.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
You're rather cute. She looks you in the
Uh-oh.
eyes.
Uh-oh.
Why is all the royal family so thirsty?
Why are they all so thirsty for me?
I can tell you this right now. Like the three girls, they're all bi.
As long as she can't tell that I'm made of pure magic, I'll probably be fine.
You're
Lie
rather
right now.
interesting.
Liar right now.
Fear.
Her
Try to make
eyes
dots think I'm
flash
magic dots.
gold for a second.
Fear. Fear. Counterspell?
It doesn't work
Okay.
on that.
Just
Doesn't
because
work
they're-
on detect magic.
Just because they're bi
Lied.
doesn't mean they're molesting.
Slides behind Vlad again.
A rune child. Rather interesting.
What?
That's what type of
Uh,
sorcerer she is. I haven't
A-
met one of those in quite a long time.
A rune child.
Mm-hmm. When
Hmm.
she casts her magic, she will have a rune randomly appear on a body part. It's usually on the forehead and on the hands. The back of the hand, I should say. The symbol is randomized, but the magic is all the same.
I was actually just about to say, Fall would probably roll a knowledge arcana to see if actually that might be knowledge history to see if he knows any rune magic sorcerers in
Roll knowledge history with disadvantage.
I'm fine with that. Rune children, sorry. History.
Ooh.
Dang, these nat 20s.
Oh wait,
You-
no. Oh wait, no, you
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
disadvantage.
disadvantage. But
Damn.
21's still high.
Dang,
You knew
only
of-
21.
One professor at your academy taught rune sorcery, and there was a student under him that was his apprentice.
I imagine the class is very secretive as well.
Since they're so rare, it's like they taught rune magic to other people, but it's like if you weren't a rune child yourself, it was very hard to learn.
Meh, I never really took the class with that teacher.
Yeah.
Regardless, rune children are fairly rare and probably one of the rarest of the sorcerer class.
I mean,
You're very interesting, and perhaps I could ask a few questions since I did give you such a item. But
I-
later. Think of it as a favor you owe me.
This conversation happening between my cape.
Yep.
Basically.
Just mumbling into Vlad's back.
Yes, Storm?
The moment she starts to mention, like, questioning Liar, Gungir kind of scoots on up behind her and starts to poke his ring of invisibility into her hand.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I gave Gungir to ring up invisibility.
Yeah, but since Gungir
So now
already
there's
attuned to it,
Gungir
she
and
would have to
Vlad.
attune to it, which takes 24 hours.
Aw, shucks.
Just cast invisibility.
But she would still sense you. Detect magic is 60 feet in a sphere around her. And she has true sight.
Doing that.
So
Let's
wait,
just face it, there's
she
no
using
way of
detect
getting around
magic right now?
Celestial Queen.
She does take the ring anyway, but very confusedly.
So wait, is she using detect magic right now?
Oh, yeah.
Would that mean she detects Mordor?
Yeah,
Mordor.
she would detect your mimic ring. She noticed it, but she's not questioning it. Anywho, so let's see. Asemar, you wanted a magic thingy madoodle. Is there anything in particular you wanted, or shall I find something random?
Either a longsword, rifle, or otherwise you can surprise me with a magic item. It's up to you.
She digs through her portable hole and pulls out a unique looking, very elegant mithril longsword out of the hole and offers it to you.
Anything special that I should be aware of?
Yeah, it is a mithril longsword. It has very elegant looking embellishments along the hilt and along the guard. It is made completely from hilt to sword tip of mithril. Meanwhile, the hilt itself has been modified with gold inlay and leather to make it look very stunning, encrusted with miscellaneous semi-precious jewels like rubies.
Oh no, he was asking. He asked the queen what it did.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
mind
just
the description. Sounds lovely.
Oh yeah, it does.
Let me see what it did. From what I remember enchanting it, I remember it did holy damage, so it will do radiant. And I believe it also did. Let's see, what was the other damage type? I have my
Fall will
notes
take
on
off.
here somewhere.
Fall will take off his, or Fall will walk over and show the ring of identify. Would you like to use this to try to remember?
Ah, here it is. I found it. It does lightning damage.
He just like finds a little tag on the handle.
Basically.
So both holy and lightning damage at the same time?
Yes.
Can he switch or?
You could choose one or the other if you so wish, or do both.
How would that work?
You basically so how she explains it is you can choose to do both damages to roll both dice and add them to the total damage dealt, or roll one or the other, and you basically choose.
Oh,
Interesting.
It is obviously a
sounds
magical
pretty good.
weapon, and it gets a +1 to hit, and it's just a straight D8 for base damage if you don't want to use anything of the enchantments.
Yeah, and then because it's a long sword, 1d10 if I'm using both hands.
Yep. And then 1d8 for respective elements
Alright.
for both.
I can't remember. Does the ring of identify do 2 charges or 3?
It has 2.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
charges.
2 charges a day. Renews at dawn. Says what you receive.
I hope to put this to good use. Thank you, my lady.
I still have yet to
It
find
was
uses for the skeleton.
my
key.
husband's first sword when he was an adventurer. His mother gave it to him a long, long while ago. He has no purpose for it since he uses falchion.
Interesting.
Falchion?
The holy sword you brought back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I know. Ravak has a thing. Go ahead, Ravak.
So eager.
I'm at the store, so I'm gonna go buy a bow and arrows.
Okay, that'll be literally 10 gold for the bow, and how many ever arrows you want. You can buy like a lot if you wish. Depends on how many you want to buy.
Oh, wait, actually.
Yes. So, depending on how many arrows you want to buy, you can buy a lot if you wish. You can basically buy like 100 for 1 gold.
Oof.
They're fairly cheap.
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, unless if you wanted enchanted arrows or an enchanted bow.
That's fine. And I'll make my way back.
Okay.
Ah!
Frickin' Ravak scuttles into the picture.
Gungir
Alright,
will
so
kind of awkwardly.
Galahad needed a item. Let me roll. Stop rolling, damn it.
Continue rolling.
Oh, one quick question. What type of damage would arrows be
Piercing.
piercing?
Piercing. It's if it's just a
Arrow.
standard bow, it's usually 1d8 piercing. Because I know short bow does 1d6, longbow does 1d10, and crossbow also does 1d10. And they have range accordingly. I know short bow does 30 feet, standard bow does 60, longbow does 120, and crossbow does the same as
Well,
longbow.
that's your minimum distance.
Yeah.
Because I believe
Without using
longbows do
spells.
300 at most.
Yeah, with a specific spell. That doubles range. But that's a ranger exclusive spell. Anywho, moving on.
Did we ever convert our platinum coins into normal platinum coins?
You converted
Yes.
like half of it.
Whoops.
Okay, Fall will...
Up. We're still doing Glad's thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Alright, so you wanted a cool item, weapon or armor, anything in particular?
You can tell she could see easily that he's wearing a very fancy cape and sword that one of her daughters must have gotten him.
Mm-hmm. So armor or a helmet, something like that.
A helm doesn't seem likely. Perhaps some kind of accessory.
Let me see what I have. Amulet, necklace, maybe. Or a ring. Or some cool boots. I'll see what I got.
Cool. Ooh.
Walks into the portable hole space and just starts digging around. You see her yeet some shit out the open hole, and you just hear crash, boom, bang. Like miscellaneous noises of shit falling and moving around.
Good stuff.
Let's see, where are those things? Ah, here they are. She walks out holding a very nice set of combat boots that are obviously better than what you already have, and she sets them down.
I look at them.
They're just simple
What?
black combat boots with basically they're steel toe boots.
Ooh. Okay.
So you can kick something and it'll hurt. So you basically have a kick attack,
+1
or
to kick.
basically an unarmed strike to kick.
Okay.
I thought he asked for a magic item.
It is magic. But you
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm slowly. I guess I look up and I picked them up and I'm like, what do they do?
Well, they have two specific enchantments. Water walking, so you can walk on water. And
That's cool.
as an addition, I believe they have some frost resistance.
Ooh.
So nothing
Ooh.
crazy, but fairly simple.
Keep your toes warm.
I will put them on.
You
Right
now
there,
have
I mean-
actively as a passive, you have half resistance to ice attacks, and you now can walk on water.
Dude, Awesome. I'll mark it
Glacier
down.
Stompers.
So basically, now you have
Perfect
the ability
name.
to. You're basically Jesus. You can walk on water and you can fucking fly.
What? No, this is
We have Jesus and Jesus.
It's a freaking Tiger Woods glitch from the golf game.
I know what glitch you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the
Anywho,
same game that they had to recall because it had the South Park, the South Park thing.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Alright, I believe that was everyone.
Yeah.
So moving back to whatever Fall wanted to say.
Oh, Fall was gonna bring a back for me. By the way, we've recently come into quite a bit of money, and they don't seem to be the currency of this time. Brings out some of the ancient coins inside of his bag of holding.
You wish to convert it all?
Hmm.
Or
What do you guys think? Should we convert these since we're with the royal family?
It might be best just to make it all gold.
yes, please.
It's easier said than done. She basically takes what platinum you guys have and then gives you each a large sack of gold in equivalent exchange.
I have 5,600 platinum
Gigantic.
coins.
Tensor's disc to carry the fat sack.
We have to get a
No.
demi plane in order to keep all this in.
Yes, Storm.
While she's getting all the gold or all the platinum converted into gold, Gungir will kind of huddle up with the group. So here's what I think
Okay.
the plan is. Fall?
What?
Hmm?
Sorry, I meant Fall. You got business with Mr. Kingy King?
Yeah.
Okay. He does.
Alright.
Yes, I mentioned it before.
Well, I think you should go talk to Mr. Kingy King, and do the rest of us want to get to a safe distance? I know
I was actually gonna ask if one of you could come. Last time we spoke, it seemed like he wanted to kill me.
I mean, I have other things that I would like to get to within town, and we should probably just find a tavern to reconvene at tonight.
Honestly, I'm just curious what kind of man Super Dragon Man is. This king guy.
Well, then looks like Fall has a friend to go with.
But I also like being alive and not terrified.
Alive, terrified, you're still living.
Fall
If I
bring
say
up-
something wrong and he's like, off with your head, and then I'm off with my head.
Fall
Well,
bring
then
up
you'll
the
be
spell-
off with your head.
Fall.
See, that's the problem.
Fall will bring out the spell book and give it to Glad for protection.
Yeah.
In case if you need to bail.
Yeah. Because if Fall tries to use it, things might get a bit explodey.
I mean, it's a spell book. I mean, if you manage to blow that up too.
Then that's just a curse. You can't have anything nice anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No, see, I imagine as soon as Fall gets Apocalypse spell in there, it'll just burst into flames.
Shifty eyes, shifty eyes.
Gungir would at least like to go check on this group's new home. Away from home.
That's what I was thinking about. I was gonna
You
mention
can
that before
also name thy ship and christen it with a bottle of alcohol.
We'll get the name later. I have a few ideas, but I want to bring them by the group later.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to go visit the ship?
Yeah. and he'll leave Mr. Fall to go to do his business. So
Maybe
Fall?
Ravak could go with you, Fall? He seems very unfazed by all of it.
what was that?
Oh, hang on. Microphone closer to mouth. Maybe Ravak could go with you. He seems very unfazed by all of this, she says, nervously looking at the mysterious lizard man. I mean, Kobold, small lizard, anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So wait, go with
Yeah,
who?
see?
You.
Oh, okay. Sure, as long as I have someone with me.
Hmm.
Yay, try not to die.
Because keep in mind, the last time he talked to Blaze was after he threw a meteor at the queen.
Yeah. So, the rest of the party leaves the castle while Ravik and Fall remain in the castle. It's Angel looks to you too before you head out. He said he'll see you in the throne room, I guess. I just sent him a message. He's very vague.
Okay.
Have fun? Alright. Storm.
Let me see here. Do we want to let Fall and Ravik have their little moment first with the king, or do we want to explore the ship?
Oh, I was gonna do something before we meet the king, like do something as we were walking there.
Okay.
Let Fall and
But
Ravik
if you
have
want
a
to do
moment.
something first, Storm, be my guess.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I'd be willing to let Fall and Ravik have their little moment.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So what
So-
did you want to do on the way?
So as Fall and Ravik are walking towards the throne room, Fall will kind of look towards Ravik. So, you mentioned something about me and the Kitsune woman earlier.
Yeah, what about it?
I was curious what you were exactly talking about.
Listen, I can't do this whole hooking up thing anymore, or at least not for a while.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to focus on my own shit, man.
that kind of blew what I was gonna do because I don't know what to ask now.
Oh, why don't you hand me that spell book?
Sure.
And
Brings
I
out the
will.
spellbook.
Ravik will take it and add. What spell is it? I think it's called.
Healing
Check.
hands, healing ward. What do you want to add?
Healing ward. I think it is.
Okay.
By the
And
way,
then he'll
Oh.
toss it back. That's all you're getting from me.
okay. By the way, you remember when I did the lightning breath for at the thieves?
Yes.
You can do that too with the spellbook.
I'm not using any of your spells.
I'm just trying to offer some assistance.
No, you don't understand. I can't use any of your spells.
Care to elaborate?
It would go against my nature.
I'm gonna kind of roll insight on that. Let's see. Insight. 17.
Let me get my. I guess that would be persuasion, I guess.
Yeah. If you're not trying to deceive.
Oh.
Oh, by 1 point. Oof.
Damn. Okay.
Well, in this scenario, I am telling the truth, though.
Yeah. Fall just shrug. Okay. And I'll continue to the throne room, I guess. Unless
Yep.
Ravak has anything to add.
Nope.
Okay,
We can move to Storm now.
sure.
Okay.
StormMage.
Yes, sir. Gungir will be heading towards the shipyard.
Alright, so you head to where the Royal Fleet is, and you see them working on a rather large ship, which you can assume is yours.
Gungir will stop for a moment and read the sign above the shipyard. Booty Cave. I see. Wanders away.
God damn it. Proceeds to shank.
An invisible force shanks Gungir.
Gungir will, what all have they gotten done of it so far?
They got basically like the hull, and they're starting to work on like the shell of the top.
Okay. So,
Like they got the entire bottom hull done.
okay, so they got the lower two decks.
Basically.
Okay. Gungir will actually... Let's see if he can get away with this. He'll wander out onto the build yard.
Oi, what you doing over here, Shorty?
Wandering around. What you doing?
I'm working, you piece of shit. What the hell do you want?
It's in their language. It's shite.
Shite.
What are you doing over here, you little shite?
I'm not a little shite. I'm a little Gungir. There's a big difference. And I'm looking at my boat, sir.
Oh, this is your fucking project we're working on.
Yes, sir.
Well, how do you like it so far?
It's very ship-like.
Well, we aim to be. That's a very broad statement. Anyways, is there any improvements you want us to do while we are, starting to work on the shell armor? Your drawings were very vague and they were confusing.
Gungir will slowly pull out the gun droid and his stylus / zero wand. Oh, I think we have a few improvements. Cut over to Fall.
Okay. So,
Okay.
you come to the intersection that leads towards the throne room. You walk towards the throne room and, well, there stand the two gigantic fucking doors that are like bigger than, well, anything you've probably seen in terms of person size. In comparison to you, these things are fucking gigantic.
I imagine we barely even reached the handles.
No, the handles are actually about height size, which is weird.
It's like the doors from freaking Wizard of Oz.
But you also notice that there's a mechanism that connects the doors that opens it, from the sides. Sort of like an automatic door, sort of.
Okay. Fall will knock the door using his staff.
Woke up a
And that was the doors opening. They very slowly opened up, and you see a red velvet-esque type carpet leading its way towards the throne, in which you see promptly sitting there Blaze.
He sees Fall with a long gray beard.
God damn it.
Joking. Fall will walk towards the king. I imagine Ravak is following suit.
Yep.
Well, my wife said you wanted to speak with me. What do you want?
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Because obviously you, Venom, know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Do your best. Roleplay it as fall.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of how the Fall would say this without. I guess I'll try. So what did he ask again?
He simply said his wife told him that you wanted to speak with him. What do you want?
Okay. Yes, I did want to speak to you. I imagine your queen, or at least someone, has told you of my issue.
Your curse.
Yes. By the Death Goddess.
Yes, hell.
Yes. I was curious if you, as the king, knew any way to get rid of this curse.
There is a way, but you're not going to like my answer.
What is your
There
answer?
is one way to get rid of her curse. But I'm also going to say, simply put, that hell isn't the true death goddess. She stole Andromeda's powers.
Can I roll anything? Because you mentioned Andromeda before.
Angel mentioned Andromeda.
Yeah. Can I roll anything to see if Fall knows anything about Andromeda?
Roll knowledge religion with disadvantage. 15. You, from the stories that you heard from Weiss, is that she was the death goddess, obviously, before hell took over. But you've heard nothing of the sense. You remember that from Weiss's stories that Bahamut saved her from almost dying. Nothing of those legends said that hell stole powers, but you do know that Bahamut saved Andromeda from Bahamut saved Andromeda from a mortal that almost killed her. And that's kind of where you're at right now in terms of what knowledge you possess. Allow me to elaborate a little bit
Hello?
more.
Anyone? Hello?
Is everything all good? I'm here. Hello?
I think my internet may have crapped out and I lost what you were saying when you were explaining who Andromeda was.
Hmm.
You said, the last thing you said to me was, Hell stole her power. Like, nothing has ever told me anything about this.
Yeah. From
And then
the
everything went
stories.
silent.
Yeah, from the stories that you heard from Weiss, is that Bahamut saved her, Andromeda, from almost getting killed by a mortal. Nothing stated that hell was this mortal or anything similar. The legends are vague in term.
Okay.
And Blaze continues. Allow me to elaborate a little bit more on the subject. Andromeda is a friend of mine. We knew each other when we were very young. Long before I met Angel. Simply put, we covered each other's asses a lot. All things considered. Regardless.
You could have just worn pants. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Oy vey.
I'm going to fucking shoot you, Gipsy.
I think Me and Storm are both thinking the same thing.
Well, I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
I heard you snorting.
Anyways, continuing on. Hell was a mortal that entered her realm somehow. I don't know how, since me, my mother, dad, and my children are the only ones besides Andromeda that knew how to dimension hop, as I call it. Somehow Hell found a way to dimension hop to the Death Realm that you're probably familiar with, and leached Andromeda of her powers. All of them, except for her immortality. She's barely alive as is. And if, in theory, now I've done my digging and my research, you have to kill Hell in order to remove this curse.
Oh, joy. I have to slay a god. This.
Not exactly a god. She was mortal at one time. She still is mortal. She doesn't have the ridiculous amount of power that a normal god would have. There's one thing that can always kill a god, and that's a god slayer weapon.
I
And
see. And
thankfully, he holds up his hand, and from out of fucking left field, his sword just Mjolnir fucking rights into his hand, and he stabs the hilt and like the point into the ground. This is one of them.
But as I've been
But as you know, they cannot be wielded by people who are unworthy. And I don't think you're ready to fight her yet. She's too strong.
Oh, trust me. I know I'm not ready. I was more hoping for advice on when I fight her. How do I fight her?
You'll have to fight her in that realm. 1 versus 1. It's how all gods fight. A 1v1 to the death.
Oh,
What about the
joy.
gods that cheat?
One
Oh,
person
joy.
stands, but I must warn you of her abilities. She and I, Hell and I have fought before. We tied. That's how ridiculously powerful she's gotten since absorbing souls that were lost.
I see.
But I think the only way you're going to be able to weaken her is to kill her acolyte.
Have I been told of her acolyte out of character?
You've been warned of her acolyte by Hell herself in your last nightmare
Oh yeah, that's right.
when you almost died
Mm-hmm.
for the second time.
Okay. You mentioned that Andromeda was still barely alive.
Yes.
Could there be any way to that Andromeda herself could help?
Considering the fact that Hell basically. Let me explain this in simple terms. You know your magic. Say a person walked up to you, put their hand on you, and ripped that out of you, leaving an empty shell behind, leaving you weakened in a state where you can barely fend for yourself. That's what she did to Andromeda,
I see.
simply put. She can barely teleport. yet alone fight.
Hmm.
She will not be joining you until she regains her powers. If she regains her powers.
Very well. By the way, is Ravak doing anything while they're talking?
Ravik will actually look up to the king and say, on an unrelated note, someone else here mentioned about an underground dragon sanctuary.
Fall face palms as soon as he says that, and actually gets a little pale from that. His tan fur goes to white.
So, who spilled the beans?
Sadly,
As,
Oh.
Go ahead.
it was your wife.
Never can hold her tongue when she's over explaining things.
To be fair, it was a bit of my fault.
It's a part of her. She cannot help but explain things to people. It's a gift and a curse some days. I don't know why I put up with it. He rolls his eyes.
I imagine she's terrible at war meetings.
Hence why I don't let her go.
That was out of character.
Blaze breaks the fourth wall too.
True.
How the hell do you think Kana got the ability?
Oh no, I thought you meant Deadpool.
Maybe. Oh, you don't want to know what goes through that girl's mind. Anywho, yes, we do have a dragon sanctuary below the kingdom. Why are you so curious about it?
I was wondering, why do you even need a sanctuary?
It's sort of as a safety measure in case of something goes wrong. It's sort of a last resort in case of one of the Titans returns.
You're basically a god. Not even in the fact that you're a demigod, but you're also a... They're called Colossus dragons, right?
Celestial Colossus.
You're also a celestial Colossus dragon.
Yeah. What about it? What part of me do you not understand?
Never mind, I don't know what to say.
There's a lot of reasons for what I do. Simply put, I can bend and control dragons to how I see it. Simply put, no one can beat my power except for my father, who is a celestial being. He does not appear on the mortal plane unless if he so desires to. Mom gave up her celestial form to have me, because that wasn't in the guide in the rule book when godmother, I should say, said so. Basically,
It's not in the God's player's handbook.
simply put, the creation goddess was not happy when Mom was pregnant with me. So she gave up her celestial form to have me. Simply put.
We are
But-
the crystal gems. Always say that.
Anyways, there's a reason why I have the army, I should say. It's just to make sure that if a Titan appears, we can kill it without any issue. Especially since I can adapt to any form of dragon I so wish to.
Hmm.
Simply put, I have the entire world, no, the entire universe's dragons at my disposal in my claws. If I so wanted to, I could show my true colors, but I won't. Because I think it would simply just terrify people. I take this form because I want to limit myself of my power. Do you see these multiple amounts of rings and these armbands I have on? He rolls up his sleeves and shows you 4 metal bands on his arms and very similar metal bands on each of his fingers. Each of these has a percentage amount of power that limits my true potential. Simply put, all of these on me at once, I can only use a total of 5% of my true power. If I took all of these off, it'd be Armageddon, simply put. And
Yes,
that's
but
if I held myself back.
Yes, but can he beat Ultra Instinct Shaggy?
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to drown you, set you on fire, and make sure nobody finds
Can't
the
do it.
body.
I'm
He can't.
sorry,
He's
I
mad because he
couldn't
can't do it.
resist.
He can't beat Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Can he even beat Gohan Blanco?
I'm sorry, Venom.
Alright, hold on. I have to pull up Blaze's sheet now.
Oh no.
Rip.
You will find it under the Mary Sue tab. And
I don't think you'll live that.
Did I actually die, or are you kidding?
Gary.
Rest in
I'm
pieces.
joking.
Rest in pieces. Can we get an
All
F
that
in
plays
chat
the-
for fall?
I'm going to fucking kill the both of you. Anyways, continuing on. $5% isn't a lot. I have to hold back a lot in order to not obliterate everything in my path. It's simply my curse as the dragon god of destruction. But it's a price to bear, having this much power. How do you think my daughters, my children are so strong? And he sits back and covers up his armband. A lot has changed, and I fear for the worst. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
we're here. We're here.
Okay, everything was... I was like, oh god, did the thing die again? That slightly terrified me.
No, I tried to remain quiet because
It was just a serious moment, so.
Alright.
even though we killed it with the Ultra Instinct Shaggy moment.
Anywho. Yeah, that's that, basically.
Going back to the subject at hand, once I feel I am strong enough, and obviously my team feels like they are strong enough, looks at Ravak a bit. Could it be possible that help us get to the plane of death?
I can easily help you get to the realm of the dead. That's dimension hopping is fairly simple.
What'd he say?
Dimension hopping is very easy. He can do that, no problem. God,
Sorry, I'm just
going to
laughing
fucking
because
kill you, Storm.
I'm just laughing because it's like
I'm
No,
going
I
to
can-
fucking kill you.
oh,
I don't know what you're
into the
talking
land of
about.
the-
Leave. I don't know why I put up with you. I really don't.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I have to deal with so much shit. In real life, why do I have to deal with more shit?
Because this is fun shit.
This is more cringy shit than anything. It's not even the funny cringy shit. It's just cringy shit. That makes me go, why? Why do you exist?
Okay, Venom, do you actually feel like you don't want to play with us or something?
No, it's fine. It's just... I'm probably gonna go unleash all my stress playing fucking Borderlands later.
There you go.
And then proceed to murder a ton of bots. Because I do not care.
There's something wrong with my Roll20 and I can't figure out how to fix it.
You're still trying to fix your spells and shit?
No, it's the main like format, I guess I'll call it. It's like all the icons are like super big and in the way right now.
Oh, the ones at the bottom?
Yeah.
You change that in your settings tab, the gear on the reticle
Yeah.
menu on the right.
And it
Yeah,
sets
it's the-
small. It sets a small, but they're super big right now for some reason.
Did you accidentally hold down control and move your scroll wheel? That can zoom in and out web pages.
Oh, there we go.
You might have accidentally scrolled up and zoomed in a bunch.
Yeah.
Control 0.
Anywho. Anything else you want to say to the king?
Nope, that was pretty much it. Unless Ravak has something to say.
Nah.
Well, then you are dismissed.
All will start to head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you want to see the sanctuary itself, I'd be willing to show you.
Sanctuary.
Does Ravak take him up on that offer?
He just shakes his head. Nah.
Hmm. And you walk out. And return
Yep.
to your party at the docks.
Did you die?
Gee, I wonder if we did.
You never know. That's kind of the problem I ran into.
Let's have a test to see if I die. Try to whap Glad on the head.
I grab his arm.
I guess
No.
roll dexterity to stop fall.
Okay, I will do that.
Do I have to roll
Roll weapon hit, and if she beats your weapon hit, then she stops you. Your
okay.
quarterstaff.
Let's see.
Just roll your quarterstaff, and if she rolls
Right.
a high enough dexterity or strength of choice,
Definitely not strength.
yeah, you catch the staff. You're like, no, bad.
No hitting.
No, you
What's
take
that
the
joint?
staff and
I
you
was
whap
wondering-
him upside the head.
No, I don't do that either.
Aw, but that's
What's
what I
a
imagine.
No hitting.
It was a joke. I wasn't going to hit him hard.
Not a funny joke. And I push the staff back at you. A very serious expression.
Well, somebody had to be the
Would
mom.
that be intimidation?
Somebody has to be the mom of the group.
I mean, thank goodness it's at
Fall
least
is
the
a
only
problem
female
child
here.
of the group. Fall is
Not
very much a
always
problem
smacking
child of
each
the
other.
group.
It upsets her.
Do you wish to intimidate the cat man so he doesn't hit your man child?
I mean, she's not being angry, she's just being sort of
You
intense.
said a serious look.
Yeah.
Just like give you the mom look of child.
No,
How
it's not
old
that
is-
kind of a look. It's just sort of like a, I don't know.
Even
she's
though
sad
Fall is much
in a sad
is
way.
probably older than her.
Just gives you disappointed stare.
I mean, I
Fall
have
just
a-
kind of roll his eyes.
With a 9 intimidation.
Yeah, Fall will just roll his eyes.
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay. Yes, Ravik.
Ravik will say to Liar, can I have a moment with you on a sidebar?
A what?
A sidebar.
A moment to talk to you one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
And Ravik will make some distance from the rest of the group, waiting for Liar to make some distance to get to him.
Tablet. I can't scroll at the same.
Sorry.
Am I close? I can't see.
Close enough. We'll call it close.
I'll move my... There you go.
Hooray.
Listen, Liar, I wanted to apologize for my action at the very beginning when I pushed Galahad into you.
You.
Mm,
Oh, did you? I don't.
that is
remember.
true.
You pushed
I
me.
was thrown into you, basically.
Oh, well, I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it.
No, it's
Oh,
my
yes.
fault that you're even in this situation at all.
Well, I mean, I don't regret meeting all of you. If that's what you're worried about.
Actually, I was wondering if there was anything I could do to make it up.
Oh, goodness, I wouldn't even know what to ask of you. I mean, you seem like a nice enough little, sort of looks at him for a second. You seem very nice, and, I don't really know. I suppose if I think of something, but, I mean, I won't feel like I should be thanking you for, I suppose, sweeping me up and things.
Well, I can assure you that I will no longer be interfering with either you or Galahad in that pursuit.
She like gives you a very blank look. It's a
What?
theory. What pursuit?
Trivial Pursuit?
This ship no longer interests me.
It just gives you a very confused look. What pursuit? I don't think I understand.
Of the romantic interest?
Wait, what?
I have a tendency of trying to hook people up. If you hadn't noticed.
I suppose I hadn't really, that's, well, I mean, that's, just sort of silly, isn't it?
Silly? Love is silly? No.
No, I mean, I don't, Never mind. She sort of like wrings her hands together and looks away. Well, suppose if I think of anything, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Perception.
Me or
Yes, you.
oh, okay.
Walk back to the others, sort of frowning.
Ooh. Okay, let me see.
Soft.
What is it with you in the nat 20s?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
for fuck's
This
sake.
scares me. Because it's not in combat.
Well, I rolled a 16. You see somebody that looks familiar in the crowd.
Follow, walk towards the crowd.
Through the crowd and towards said person.
If anybody like tries to notice, you can see Fall like walking towards the crowd.
Well, he's a strong, independent cat. He can go do what he wants.
He's a strong, independent cat that don't need no woman.
That don't
Well,
need no
technically
man.
technically he looking for a woman right now.
I mean, fair.
Honestly,
So-
Anywho,
this
Wait,
party kind
Venom,
of
I'm-
scatters about so often that I did pretty much not like a strange thing anymore.
So wait, Venom, I know you DM'd me something. So how are we converting these platinum coins into gold?
the platinum coins that you currently have, you take the amount that you have and multiply it by 3, and that's how much gold you have.
Oh, jeez!
Because each coin by itself is worth 300 gold apiece.
So wait, we multiply it by 300?
No, you would basically take the amount that you have, just multiply it by 3. And that's how much gold you have.
Okay, here's how much gold freaking Fall has.
Not including the stuff you got from the reward money, which is divided up 500 each way.
Yeah, here's how much gold Fall freaking has now.
We've had this money for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, man.
I know, but still, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah, Storm?
Gungir will actually, he'll just take a seat on a box at the pier, and he'll just kind of sit and watch his ship being built. He'll kick his legs around, and he'll offer anyone who wants to join him a snack. He still has a few of those left over that Liar gave him.
Yeah, I'll chill.
Fall is heading
So what's-
towards...
And I keep pointing at parts of the ship and I say, "What's that part going to do?"
Oh, Fall? What were you saying?
Fall is heading towards the familiar figure.
Okay. And you see the exact same elf girl from before,
Huh.
during the festival.
Ah, okay. Walk up to her. Huh, small world.
Oh, hello. It's good to see you again. She lowers her hood. She's
Yes.
wearing more of academy attire
It's good
instead
to
of
see
casual
you.
wear. Hey, can I help you with anything?
Yes, I had a question.
About what?
The spell you put in my ring,
Mm-hmm.
you do know what spell that was, right?
Not exactly.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter A, and only the royal family has it.
I don't really know. I'm a bit of a wild mage.
So am I.
Oh, small world.
The spell you gave me was, he'll kind of lean into her ear, apocalypse, and whisper that.
her eyes sort of sparkle and glitter at that. That sounds so cool.
It was, but sadly it's gone now.
Aw, that's lame.
And so is my focus.
Ooh, shit. That bad, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm just curious how in the world you got that spell.
The truth is, I don't really know. It just kind of happened by accident.
Huh. Never
Wild
had
magic surge.
Yeah, but I've never had something that weird. The weirdest thing that's happened so far is turning one of my teammates into a girl.
Weirdest thing I've had to deal with turning into a fucking frog for a day. That sucked.
I imagine as soon as Falls said that, Glad started sneezing.
Yeah, or just sneezed once, just like, somebody talking about me?
Because, in case nobody knows, in, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just strictly Japan, but there are
Yeah.
there are legends of if someone talks bad about you or something similar, you basically
If someone
sneeze.
mentions your name, it's usually you, the person that's name is mentioned, sneezes.
Yeah.
And it has to be somebody you know.
Yep.
Not some random stranger with the same name.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
People doing crimes. Doesn't happen here.
Damn it.
You can try all you want. Fire
As
is
soon as
running.
a guy tries to steals a loaf of bread, some guards just come in and grab him.
No, there's like sort of like a
was gonna say,
small
don't say
side
that.
area that's
Cloud
like for
off.
food and shit that people just buy and have jovial time drinking and partying. It's mostly a lot of like seafaring folk, lots of dwarves, lots of merfolk here and there. Mostly the people that work at the docks.
Hmm.
Anywho. Yeah. She has no idea how the hell she managed to get that spell there, besides wild magic.
I was just at least hoping for some information of how someone besides the royal family could get that spell.
I mean, I am the apprentice of the Archmage here.
Can I roll anything for that?
Roll knowledge, general intelligence, I guess, with advantage.
Okay. A general intelligence. Dang it.
Or history.
Oh,
Or
20.
Eh.
Soft 20. That nat one
You-
on the other side.
yep, it's the curse. It returns. Anywho. You do know of archmages. They're sort of a powerhouse in terms of in terms of the realm of sorcery and magic. They're like the apex. They're the teachers that teach the teachers. They're very powerful, very strong, and usually very wise in their respective arts. And there's a total of 4 of them across the continent.
Was you know who concerned Archmage?
Angel,
No.
Blaze?
Falls Guardian.
No. He was a teacher.
Okay.
He was well known across the continent for his successes and his research, but he was not an archmage.
You're a student of an Archmage?
I know, surprising, right?
Yeah, that's very
His
surprising.
old apprentice vanished suddenly, just out of thin air. She never even said goodbye or anything to anybody. She just poof, gone.
Ooh, that builds intrigue.
Like, she left no traces behind. She erased every little detail about herself from this entire kingdom. Like, it's weird.
Hmm.
And all we know is just a name. Well,
What's
at
her
least
name?
only he knows the name, but he mentioned it to me a few times. Under the name of Persephone.
Persephone. Can I roll anything to see if that name rings any bells?
That's
Hello?
Yeah, you can roll knowledge if you... I would roll, yeah, knowledge history with disadvantage.
Okay, knowledge.
8. Due to the fact that the archmage that runs the magic school here in Valentia is different than the archmage that ran your school in Vorn, it's kind of hard to pinpoint exact students, so you don't really know this person.
By the way, I never asked. What is your name?
Well, most people usually call me by my nickname. Known as Maggie, usually. My full name is Margaret.
Okay.
Maggie.
Care to join me for some lunch? Like, wild magic sorcerer to wild magic sorcerer.
All making the move.
Sure. Sounds like fun. I got time in between now and my next class.
Okay. Follow head towards his party.
And she follows, happily.
Bam.
Yes, Storm?
I believe Glad was basically asking him functions of the ship and what all of the plans were. He'll just show him a couple things. He'll explain all the little mechanisms in there. He'll explain that this is basically going to be a house for the most part. It'll have rooms for us to sleep in, rooms for us to study, to work, kitchens to cook in, and basically it'll be a home.
It'll be a mobile base of operations.
Sort of mobile home.
More or less.
My daddy once tried to build one of these a long time ago. Wasn't quite as big, though, but it was his. It was a big old sled. He called it the Southern Sun, and it was supposed to carry around all his group that he went exploring with. I feel like this is a good opportunity to follow that.
It's crazy to think about. I mean, it's so big that it's gonna be yours?
Gonna be all of ours. You're gonna have a
All of
room,
ours.
room for me, room for you, room for Asemar, room for Ravak, room for Fall, room for Wire. Maybe a few other rooms if people want to come along and stay.
This is the coolest thing anyone's ever made. Ever.
Foreshadowing for other people.
We can have a workroom. We can have a study. We can have a room to have board meetings in.
Excitement.
Exciting.
What's a board? Is a board meeting like where we have a meeting to name our group and I get bored?
Yes.
Moving on to Asemar.
I'm gonna go head over to that pet shop or wherever I can get where Angel stated.
You go into the middle district and you find a really large building that's just labeled as Steve's Pet Shop.
I make my way inside.
As soon as you walk in, you see a plethora of different creatures of all shapes and sizes. You see a fucking Pegasus off to the side, just chilling there. Basically.
Not exactly my character's style. Is there any kind of shopkeeping in the area, or
You see
Can
like
I-
a desk off to the side, and you see a person whose back is turned, like organizing like a bookshelf behind them, or off like behind the desk.
good sir, I would like to see what you have as far as exotic mounts and creatures that would assist someone of my profession.
The figure turns. You realize that he was standing on top of a very large step ladder. It is a gnome that's like a quarter of the size of all the creatures because they're all fucking huge.
Huh.
And he has big fucking reading glasses that make his eyes like fucking like saucers.
Is it basically like a Mr. Magoo situation?
More or less. Basically, the eyeglasses take up like 90% of his face. And all he has is a big, gigantic handlebar mustache. Hello, young adventurer. You want to look at mounts and other miscellaneous familiar?
I would.
All right. He steps down from the stool and basically walks under the, like, revolving door that is to the desk and walks up to you. He's like, he maybe comes up to, like, your knee in height.
Oh my.
That's how frickin' tiny he is. Well, what is your preference in terms of animal companions?
Something that can handle itself should I get into trouble.
Something that can fight back and also take orders and be also a lawful companion.
Indeed.
How about something like a hunting dog?
My party and I are prone to traveling long distances. Something more like a dire wolf that would be able to be ridden would be better.
Well, let me see what we have. And he starts walking through the store, and you kind of like have to dodge out of the way of some of the creatures as they're sort of moving around. Like, they're kind of like free roaming, sort of speak. Some of them are in pens, and some of them in like more glass containers because they're lethal creatures, so to speak. Well, here we have actually one of the rarest species of my collection. We have a Bloodwing. If you don't really know about them, they're elementally attuned. They can hunt. They can track everything, really.
Well,
If you didn't know that.
I was actually aware of their rarity, and to be honest, a party member of mine recently hatched one of his own, so I think we're good on Bloodwings.
Understandable.
I'm
Well,
surprised about him saying a party member hatched one of them.
I
what do
said,
you know? Seems like there's 3 in Valentia now. Anyways, moving on. Here we have actually direwolves. And he shows like a rather large, spacious area like behind the shop that houses some of the larger creatures. Specifically, if you want to tame one, you'll probably want to deal with the alpha, who a bunch of adventurers captured a long while. They don't really bother me, so to speak. They're just kind of a nuisance towards the other animals.
I'll gladly give him a try.
Good luck. They're kind of stingy. I just feed them. Good luck. And he sort of just slowly closes the gate behind you, and he just watches you from the gate.
You've heard of dire wolves. They're like wolves, but more dire.
God damn it.
Yeah, I didn't encroach upon the voice channel with the jokes.
Hey, vey.
Sorry.
So I'm going to start moving towards it. In my left hand, I'm going to be holding the Witchlight Cross just in case I need to pop it in order to have my shield out in case it feels like attacking. In the other hand, I'll have some ration worth of dried jerky in order for it to, begin to trust me.
Gotcha. Roll animal handling as you approach this group of direwolves. It's like a group of 5 of them, so finding the alpha is fairly easy since it's the largest one out of them.
I imagine they're all growling at him as soon as he walks in.
Yeah, basically. You can tell that there's 3 males and 2 females, since the females are smaller and the males are obviously larger.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second for my roll 20 to load back up. I decided to take a crap.
Understandable.
Understandable. Have a good day. D&D machine broke.
Please delete System 32. No!
Free up RAM, my dude.
Oh no.
Natural
Oh,
one.
ouch.
Oof.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've laughed.
Oof. Okay, it won't let me roll severity.
I'm so sorry I laughed.
It's luck of the dice. Let's
I
see.
always find crits hilarious.
Okay. 88, not that severe. So, as soon as you start walking up to them, they growl at you because you're about maybe 15 feet away or so. And as soon as you try to get closer than 10 feet, they just start to move away from you. Like, just to try to avoid you.
Perhaps my strategy of walking directly to them did not succeed.
You may keep trying or move on to a different creature.
No, I'll give it another shot. If only my animal handling was better.
Oh,
Oh.
ooh, I feel
No,
so
not
bad
one
for you. Wow. Jesus. You should have asked for a magic item that improved, like gave you the lucky feat. That would have honestly helped you better than the fucking sword.
I mean, still. The sword's gonna be more useful. Just not in this situation.
Yeah, they just like keep avoiding you. It's like, yeah, no, go away, please.
Your plan of scenting yourself like their natural prey has failed.
Yeah.
Alright, gotta think. What else then?
And you could try a different animal.
Chocobo.
Badger.
Owlbear.
Maybe do something like feed them to give yourself advantage.
He already tried that.
Oh, boo.
Scorpion?
A pocket scorpion.
No.
Yeah, I
giant
leave
scorpion you
that
tried.
pen and tell the shopkeeper, well, seems as though I don't have an affinity for the dire wolves.
Ah, that's disappointing.
It is, but I'm sure your wares won't disappoint.
Yes, let us continue on to the next creature. Now, what's fascinating is that the royal family occasionally finds random baby dragons wandering about, or even some adult ones. They actually found a couple of guard drakes. They're very loyal companions and will basically die for it if you manage to tame them.
A guard drake does sound quite interesting.
Jesus sneezes a bit.
They're a bit bigger than a baby dragon, but they're smaller than a young adult. They can't fly, but they can pack a wallop. Here's their cage over here. They come in various colors in resistance to what their color is. Red for fire, blue for lightning, green for acid, and white for cold. You can pick and choose from that. And he lets you into the pen.
How
I
big are
leave
these
out.
things? How big are these things?
They're about the size of, like, I'd say a full-size golden retriever.
I thought your entire thing was that you wanted a mountable creature.
They're large. You can mount them. It's just that they're... Like, some of them grow larger, like the size of, like, a Bernese mountain dog.
Hmm.
I mean, as long as it can hold my weight and move quickly, I'm not really going to complain.
I mean, they have a move speed of 35. And they have multi-attack.
Alrighty.
Like, they have a decently high AC of frickin' 15, so they hit hard and they can also take hits. A baby one usually has around 100 HP. A full-grown adult has around 250 or so. Or more, depending on how much constitution it has. Anywho. So you enter the guard drake cage area words. They seem rather curious about you. And you see a couple of each different color.
I'm going to approach the red one, but this time leaving out and throwing some of the food within its direction to get its attention.
It munches the food as it approaches.
And I'm going to hope that gives some kind of advantage.
Yes, it does.
Oh my
Hi,
god.
You're lucky.
All those nat ones.
I
Let me
know,
roll
it's so
an
bad.
Insight. It rolled an 18. It may be a... Wait, hold on. Does it have negative... It does have negative intelligence. That's a negative fucking 3. It
Oof.
rolled a 15.
I mean, drakes are kind of dumb dragons.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're dumber than normal dragons. Normal dragons are a lot smarter. It just, like, looks at you curiously, tilting its head. As it munches the rations. It's just like, got its mouth full. It's just like a piece of jerky sticking out of its mouth. It's just like, nom, nom, nom. The fuck are you? It's basically its look on its face. You may try again with advantage.
Oy vey, come on, give me something good here.
Oh,
come on!
God. Okay, roll again, and I'll let you keep that roll, because that's bullshit.
Hey, let's be honest. If he's rolling like that, usually that's a sign from
That's
above.
good.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, there you go. I'll give you that 18. Jesus.
Hey, like I said, usually that's a sign from above.
All right,
Well,
it
we're
rolled a
dealing with
6.
below today.
It rolled a 6, so it trusts you. It just like nudges your leg and just like sits at your foot. Like an obedient puppy.
Excellent. He'll make a fine companion.
Ball.
Did it move?
No, it just sort of like half growled because its mouth is still full of
No!
jerky.
No, I want him. I want that to be
Mooing
canon.
drakes.
It's freaking mood.
Drake,
Wow.
that's how you tell a drake from a dragon. Dragon sounds normal, but if
Wow.
it's a drake, you're.
Just random noises.
Brawr. It just browrs because it can't growl because its mouth is fucking full. Like a dumb lad.
Long Johnson.
Anyhow. Moving on.
After that clusterfuck of horrid rolls, I talk to the shopkeeper and tell him, well, with quite a varying degree of effort, it seems I'm not really one for animals. This drake has taken at least a somewhat liking to me. How much for him?
Well, drakes are usually about. What was the price again? I think it was only minus 400 gold apiece. You literally just got 500 gold from Fall earlier.
Oh
for-
yeah.
Split from the reward money from Angel.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I tell him that I'll throw in an extra 100 or 200 if he gives me all the necessary
Shit that you're gonna need.
Yeah.
Okay. He will easily do that.
You
He
could
will
probably
give you
also
basically a tracking collar so you can kind of like know where the fuck it is at all times.
And the gun droid comes more into use now.
Damn straight.
And you get to name it.
I'll have to think of that on that one.
But otherwise, he gives you all the paperwork that you need to sort of basically keep.
Alrighty.
That's something Glad will bring up with you, or later. Like I think, considering there's a baby dragon and a Bloodwing, and Asemar going to get in. Well, maybe we need like a habitat on the boat.
In case Fall, Ravak, and the Gungir decide to get a pet. That way we have a full Pokemon team.
I honestly think that Gungir would get like a clockwork dragon.
There is something I want to bring up with you later, Venom. Not the dragon, but definitely something construction-wise.
Why do I imagine you wanna
Okay.
monodron?
Okay. I don't know what this idea is, but can we talk about if you've ever played Warcraft or World of Warcraft? The gnomish, the gnomish mount called the Mechanistrider.
Nope.
Played like
Never played WoW.
Let me take a good picture.
Week of a demo of WoW and was like, man, this is unbelievably repetitive.
Yep. Sure
No,
is.
I didn't look it
see,
up.
You got the experience.
It's a
No, see,
robotic
I
ostrich.
It's a robotic ostrich, essentially.
No, see, I imagine Gungir getting a Modron.
Oh, I will say, looking up at the clock, it's
Yeah, I
nearly
know,
1
the
o'clock
time.
here in the Midwest, so it's probably like 3 o'clock for you guys.
It's 1 It's about 2 a.m. my time.
Okay. Do we want to call it with everyone meeting back up at the docks
Sure.
to watch
I
their
mean-
new home being built?
I mean, Fall is also going to come up with a new person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
the moment Fall walks up with this random woman, Gungir's going to kind of look at her and then suddenly look for Ravak.
Fall's gonna. Can I roll perception to see if Fall notices that? Or can I use my passive perception? to
You
see
can
if he
use your
knows that?
passive for that.
That'd be a 15.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
Ravak isn't exactly hiding off in the
It's
distance.
not what you think.
Gungir just blinks.
Are they always like this?
Yes, they are.
Okay, sure. I can roll with weird.
I mean, and he leans closer to her. He's the one I turned into a female. Points to Glad.
Oh, poor
What?
guy.
Nothing.
I feel bad for him. Anywho. So this is your crew.
Yes.
A
Everyone?
colorful bunch.
This is Margaret.
Hi,
Hello.
Margaret.
Margaret, that's
How
Gungir?
colourful am I?
That's Gungir, Ravak, Glad, Asemar, and Lyre.
Nice to meet you all.
She's the woman who gave me the special spell on my ring.
Gungir looks
She
over.
sort of smiles sheepily.
Yeah.
Gungir looks over at Glad and runs.
I
And that's where we
follow.
end. And that's where
Oh
we
dear,
end.
did I terrify them? And that's where we're gonna end the session.
I knew that would get the reaction out of you.
See,
It just ends.
Running away at the speed of sound.
It just ends.
good
with,
heavens, just look at the
cartoon.
time.
It just ends with Fall and Gun, or Gungir
Fallen
and Glad.
Galahad.
Wait a minute. It ends with the Always Sunny in Philadelphia ending where it goes do 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 do, then pauses with to be continued.
No, it ends with Gungir and Glad running with like cartoons dust trail behind them and fading in and the black circle fading out.
And then you just have this fucking elf girl just with JoJo looks. Or
No, it
just
ends with-
just pointing at them saying, "Oh my wo Shinderu."
But after the circle
Oh,
fade out,
wow.
it just shows Gungir with like a Warner Brothers logo going, and that's all, folks.
Yeah, I was just about to go. Yeah, yo, folks.
We're fucked.
This
It's
was
a
fun.
crappy kazoo version.
There we go.
Anywho,
That was fun.
Call it here for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
yes,
Alright.
you
Good
can
night,
find us
everybody.
everywhere. You know the drill.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
Nah.